Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I have another fun project share and actually tutorial to do with you guys where we'll make these together today. But I'm using these Dollar Tree little notepads and sticky notes, and we're gonna make these like trifold little notepads and sticky notes. So I'm on this like Harry Potter theme kick, and I kind of wanted it, my idea was for it to kind of like resemble the Marauders map a little bit with like how it is folded, but you know, anyways. So this is the notepad. There's a little Velcro closure and it opens like this, right? And there's the little, it's just glued to the paper there. So that's the notepad, and then the sticky note, it's the same idea, right? Isn't that cute? And so I'm doing like some Harry Potter themed ones, but this can honestly, like, you can use this template, I guess, right? But like, it doesn't have to be Harry Potter theme, right? You can use anything you want. So I actually I did one that was like fall themed, where I used some fall papers. This is a 6x8 paper pad, Cozy Days from Simple Stories, and this is like a 3x4 cut apart that came in the pad. And right, it's a great project for double-sided paper. Isn't that so beautiful with the double-sided paper then, how it opens up? I love that. So I want to make more fall theme ones, but I think this is a great project to use double-sided paper, because I love when you can like actually showcase both sides of the paper, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm gonna make more Harry Potter ones with you today, but I just wanted to, you know, obviously you could take this idea and apply any kind of theme to it, right? I just thought it was cute with like the kind of doing a nod to the Marauders map, and I had some cute stamps. So yeah, I'll show you all the materials I use and what you'll need, and I'll give you all the measurements and things like that. It's really simple, really easy, like all my projects, right? So we'll make some together. So yeah, I'm assuming Dollar Tree still sells these. They come in like a pack of 5 where they're all attached, you know? So I just pull one apart one by one, so it'll all each one would have this more like cardboard backing. Sorry, I don't have the original packaging. I already threw that out. But yeah, I think it comes in a pack of 5. I'm assuming they still sell these. I have a bunch in my stash, so I haven't, just trying to use what I have in my stash. And then I'm assuming they still sell these as well. This is like a pack of 5. And these came in a variety of colors, but I believe they also just sell them in yellow. So yeah, the measurements I'm giving you are going to apply to like these Dollar Tree ones. But of course you can use other, you know, notepads and sticky notes. You would just want to adjust the measurements accordingly. So I'm going to give you like the measurements that work for these. So this is 3.5 by 5, but a little tip, measure them to confirm that it actually is 3.5 by 5 inches, because they're not always exactly that. And then same with these are 3 by 3, but again, you know, measure to kind of confirm that before you cut your paper. So yeah, those are the notepads we're going to use. I highly recommend a scoreboard for this project. And of course you'll need a paper trimmer. And then, you know, whatever adhesive you like. And that's pretty much all you'll need, right? Yeah. Oh, and then, you know, however you want to, I'll show you what stamps I use to decorate these in particular. Okay, so let's get started with the tutorial. And I try to do some prep work in advance, but I'll also just walk you through the cutting process and everything. So what I did is I have like a little templates for myself to use as like a cheat sheet. So let's start with, so these are your, what size paper you're going to cut it down to and where you're going to score it. So I use, you just use an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. This came from like a really old paper pad where I only have like a handful of sheets left, and I'm just trying to use it up, and I thought it'd be great for like this Harry Potter theme kind of project. But yeah, any 8.5 by 11 paper. Let me get my cutter. Move this up. So I think a good way to cut your paper down, because you'll get both like sheets of paper from one sheet. So like you'll get your base for the notepad and the sticky notes from one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Okay, so get your 8.5 by 11 paper, and on the 11-inch side, you're gonna cut it at 7 7/8 inches. Hopefully I'm in frame for you guys, but I'll also put these measurements in the description box. All right, so you cut it down to 7 7/8 inches on the 11-inch side. And then now you want to make a cut at 5 1/8. 5 1/8. So you have a 5 1/8 by 7 7/8. And that's what you need for the notepad, okay? So you'll set that aside, and then you got left with this scrap, and actually from this you can cut what you need for the Post-its. So you just have to trim off a little bit on the shorter end, because I think it's a little more than 3 1/8. So you want to trim this down to 3 1/8. So it's like a sliver you're going to cut off. All right, which I'll end up probably just throwing this out because that's really small. And then you want to cut this down to 6 7/8. 6 7/8. And you'll end up with a little scrap like that. So from that one sheet, right, you have both your bases for the notepad and the Post-its. So for the notepad, again, it's 5 1/8 by 7 7/8. And for the Post-its, it's 6 7/8 by 3 1/8. And then you end up with, you still have a leftover scrap where you can actually, this is big enough to make another Post-it, which is really nice. So you could get like 2 Post-its and a notepad from one 8.5 by 11 sheet. And then you end up with a little bit of some scraps left over too, which I'll use the scraps to do the little front pieces on the covers. Okay, so we got our paper cut. So I'm gonna put my trimmer aside, and now we want to score it. So let me pull out my templates again. For the notepad, you're going to be scoring, so you're going to put it in at the 7 7/8 on the long side, and you're going to be scoring at 1 7/8, 2 1/8, 5 3/4, and 6. So just 4 score marks. Okay, so we got it in on the 7 7/8. We're scoring at 1 7/8, 2 1/8. So that leaves like a 1/4 inch little gusset right there. Then your next one's at 5 3/4. And this is where the notepad is going to get glued down. And then your last score is 6. So then you have that 1/4 inch gusset again, where you're going to fold them and it'll make the cover, right? So for the Post-its, let's see, you're going to put it on the long side, so the 6 7/8. You're going to score at 1 5/8, 1 7/8, 5 and 5 1/4. So we got it here at 6 7/8. We're scoring at 1 5/8, 1 7/8, 5 and 5 1/4. And that's it. Really easy. So we got our bases scored, and then you just want to fold like fold those on the score lines, which you know what, here I have some already folded, so you don't have to watch me do that. So here is the same thing, right? They're just folded now. And then you can see how we're gonna assemble this. And what I did too, so like these, the notepad and the Post-its, they're not quite a 1/4 inch thick, but I made the score lines, I wanted them to be a little bit bigger than what it actually is, because then I'm adding that Velcro closure, and that adds like, you know, some height or dimension, you know. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyways, I intentionally did that. But you can, you know, you can adjust these as needed. You know, if you're not going to use Velcro and you're going to close them, you know, with a belly band or something else, you might want to make it, adjust your measurements. But this is just how I decided to go about it. Okay, so let's see, let's glue these in. So when I have adhesive already on the back of these, so yeah, use whatever adhesive you like. And I guess you could, because these aren't, you know, like you could do a pocket, I guess, and then so where you make it where it's like reusable. But I'm not using like super thick cardstock or anything. I'm just considering this like a one and done, you know what I mean? Where once you go through the notepad, then, you know, you're finished. But you could change this to where you have it like a pocket and you tuck in the notepad in the pocket. You know what I mean? All right, so, and how I did this is you have a little bit of like, what's the word? I don't know, leeway with when you put this down. Like it's not exactly 5 inches, it's 5 1/8, you know what I mean? So you have a little bit of border on the top and bottom. So it's easier to just glue down. So let me make sure when I put this down, it's a little hard to see. I just want to make sure I'm not going over my score lines and I'm in the middle of them as best as I can tell. But yeah, you just want to make sure when you put this down, you don't go over those score lines. Yep, we're good. Because then it'll kind of obstruct your fold. You know what I mean? All right, and then I'm just going to press this down. Make sure it's glued down nice and good. Flip this over and press it down more. Let me open this up. I don't know why, but I get like self-conscious when I'm trying to like explain something in a tutorial. I just feel like I'm like not explaining it well. So hopefully you guys can follow along. Okay, so we got it glued in, and then it's gonna close like that, right? And these kind of overlap slightly. And it'll open up, right? So I have, I already did my little cover decoration, just cutting these down from my scraps. So you can use like, you know, the scrap that's left over from the 8.5 by 11, or use whatever you want, you know, to decorate the fronts of your notepads. So this in particular, you know, and I don't think they all like necessarily measure the same, but if you want to know, so what this is 3 inches by 1.5, but then the smaller sheet within that is what, 2 7/8 by 1 1/4. And then I stamped this. I solemnly swear I am up to no good. So my stamps, you know what, I doubt, I don't know if these would still be available. I'll check. I got these a long time ago. I think from scrapbook.com. This stamp set. I'll check. If it is available, I'll link it down in my description box too. But yeah, I used this I solemnly swear I'm up to no good, and the mischief manage, and then the little footprints too to decorate these. So yeah, I thought this paper, this looks nicer, to me than like this cardstock that I used originally. Like this is more of like a aged kind of feel, kind of more similar to the map. But okay, so what I do for these covers though is you only want to add adhesive to like the left half of it, because right, you don't want to glue these together. You only want on one half, and then we're going to put our Velcro dot on the other half. So yeah, just be careful when you're adding your adhesive that you don't go over, you know, you only want it to be on this left flap. So let's glue this down. I'll kind of center it the best I can. And yeah, see where we didn't have adhesive go beyond this flap here. All right, and then I have, I'm using Velcro dots because that's what I have in my stash. Like I have a bunch of these I bought in bulk, I think from Amazon a long time ago. I know Dollar Tree sells Velcro dots as well though. So let's do the Velcro. Or do I want to do, yeah, that's fine. I didn't know if I wanted to stamp first my little footprints or not. But okay, so let's get both ends of the Velcro. And then what I do is I put it on this part, like, and kind of center it first. Oh, hopefully I didn't go out of frame for you. And then press it down. So you see what I mean, how this is like, it's thick, right? The Velcro. So that's why I like to add a little more height, I guess, to those gussets, right? Those folds, because you're gonna get a little dimension here from using the Velcro dot. So I'm just gonna make sure these are pressed down nice. And yeah, how cute already, right? So then the last thing I do is stamp. But you know what? Let's put together the other one and then we'll get all the stamping done at once. So let's glue in our Post-it. Let's see, yep. I just think these are a cute way. And listen, there's like I spent the time coming up with my own measurements and stuff, but that's not to say I'm sure there's, you know, this idea is already out there for sure. There's so many ways you can kind of decorate, I don't know if that's the right word or not, but decorate these like notepads and Post-its from Dollar Tree. But I do really like this method, honestly. Like I like it a lot more than like I've done with the notepads where you just kind of like cover the cover. Do you know what I'm saying? But I like this like trifold method a lot better, actually. I think it looks really nice. And then I've done like with the Post-its, oh, there's all kinds of cool ways actually you can like do the Post-its, but I like how this looks too. And it's very, they come together quick and easily too. So I like that. Okay, so we got that glued in. Let's glue on our little cover piece. But yeah, I've been on this like Harry Potter kick, I guess ever since I finally started using like my Echo Park, which is in Wizards like paper collection. It's gotten me excited about like Harry Potter projects. And then it's like fall now, you know what I mean? So I kind of like, I think of those kind of being like more fall movies. Fall and Christmas for sure. Okay. All right, and then for these, since this is smaller, I actually cut a Velcro dot in half. Because the whole one wouldn't fit actually, it'd be too big. So I have a half of that one. I think I need to cut one of these in half though, yeah. Which it can be a little bit of a pain to cut in half because they're so sticky. Let's try that again. There we go. But yeah, what I would love to do actually is like put together some like mystery, like Harry Potter themed stationery like sets. Do people still like buying like mystery kind of boxes? I don't know. But I would love to do that for my like Poshmark and just make like just a variety of cute like Harry Potter themed you know, like cards and tags and notepads, post-its, bookmarks, stickers, like everything, and then like have a little mystery like stationery set to sell. I think those would be really fun to put together. Okay, so we got these assembled. So yeah, see how simple it is? Again, I'll put the measurements in my description box so you can just easily, you know, grab those from there too. So the last thing to do is just add our cute little footprint stamps. And again, you know what I mean? You can like take this idea and like run with it. Like you can make these look so much cooler. Like if you're artistic or have really cool like a cool like Marauders map stamp, like I'm sure that's out there. Like you can make these look really more similar, you know, to the map, and I think that would be like beautiful. Or, you know, make them fall theme, make them Christmas theme, make them whatever you want, you know. I just kind of, you know, use scraps, so like from the same, you know, the same paper from the base, you know, but you could mix and match whatever papers, you know, together to make this, I don't know, more extravagant. But I do like the look of like, just like simple and clean as well. So I do really love how these look. All right, so let's add our little footprints. Listen, I am not like a stamper. I'm like just getting into using stamps. This is like a little acrylic block that I got from Dollar Tree. All right, this is what I use. It's a 3x3 acrylic block. And then I put my little stamp on it. And then I have one ink block that like is from Michael's from forever ago. That's just black ink. So, you know what I mean? You can use, you know, use what you have and you can just run with it and make this like, you know, look really cool. So I just, since this is small, I just do like a little footprint in each corner here. Oh, I feel like footprints in like a different direction. Maybe not though. I'm sorry if I go out of screen or out of frame. You know what? I got some ink here. I'm worried that's going to get on the paper. Okay, so let's see. All right. Oh, shoot. See? Look. Oh! I got ink on it. Damn it. I hate when I make a mistake like that. Oh, well. This will be for me. I got a little smudge. See, maybe that's why I should have done the... Maybe it's best to do your footprints. I don't know. When did I don't know. Or just be more careful than me. And then for these, I do a couple, like a set of 4 is what I did originally. Or getting ink all over my fingers. That probably doesn't help. See if I can do this without messing up this time. Like, 'cause I want to make sure I go in a good spot, but I also don't want to... How did I do this before without smudging? Make sure there's no ink. Okay. That one I didn't smudge, so that's good. Mind frame, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me get this extra ink off of this. And just put this aside for now. Okay. So here are our new little notepad and Post-its, right? And then opens up like that. So cute. Freaking smudge. Right? And then this is what the original ones I made. So you can kind of tell the difference. Or see the difference a little bit. Yeah, I like this paper. I mean, these are cute too, but I like these better for sure. So yeah, I hope I walked you through this well enough. Again, I'll put the measurements down below. But yeah, like, do, you know, it doesn't have to be Harry Potter theme. Like, do whatever you want, you know, and you could take these measurements and just, yeah, use whatever papers and things you have. But yeah, I think this is a great project for double-sided paper. Like, I love that when you open it, it looks all pretty inside versus like just the white. Now you could always, like, you know, you could decorate the insides if you wanted. Like, I could, you know, you could glue little scraps of paper in here, you know, but I'm just gonna leave it blank and simple. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back soon with something else in the works. All right, bye guys.